Hi there. This month we're looking at balance. We're looking at integration. What do we need to say yes to? What do we need to say no to? And so, sharing a story from my life, it was in January of this year that my daughter approached me and she said, "Hey, Mom, would you like to come to Spain with me?" And she had planned originally to go with a friend, and that hadn't worked out for various reasons. And so she'd said to me, "Okay, Mom, do you want to come to Spain?" And it was almost like that giant question where you go like, "Oh, yes, I want to come to Spain, but can I come to Spain?" And so I said to her, "Okay, well, give me a moment. Let me just go look and see what's in the diary." Um, and so off I went. And it was also like seeing, okay, first of all, can I financially afford it without going into debt? That for me was my first driver. Then, secondly, looking in the diary to see, okay, is there anything that can't be moved? And surprisingly, there was nothing that couldn't be moved or couldn't be sent this way or that way. I found that I was being faced with the guilt idea of Jess was going away for 3 weeks. And also, I had booked to go to the Salma conference and also said to my husband, let's go have a week in Umhlanga as holiday. So it was almost like the 3 weeks of Spain was directly after that week. And I was thinking like, oh, how do I go away for 4 weeks? How do I not be in my business for 4 weeks? What will people think? Um, and so it was very much me having to speak to myself of saying, okay, how are we going to approach this? So it's also about my approach was to include people just as much as I included people in my MBA back in the day. It was also, guys, I'm going to Spain. Yay, I'm going with my daughter. And people were so receptive of that. They were so interested to know, okay, how's it working, what's not working. Um, and so there it's a case of, yes, okay, I'm in. So then it was run off and book the tickets. Um, I've got a South African passport, so of course I had to go and get a visa. Then I was thinking, oh, can you imagine if for some reason they don't give me a Schengen visa after all these years of going to Europe on business? And it was just those thinkings of like, we're all in now. That's it. I'm going. And of course, along the way, there were the little tweaks. Somebody would say, oh, could you do this for us on such and such a day? And I go, no, sorry, I'm away. I'm in Spain. Um, And so it was just like making it right for myself of saying, I am allowed to go to Spain. I am allowed to spend quality time with my daughter. Quality time is very important for both of us. We're very quality time people. And it's also like, don't like plan it to the nth of, oh, how will it work? How will this, how will that, how the next thing. And so for me, I said, right, go to Spain, go to Durban first, go to Spain then, spend the time there, be all there. And you know what, just work harder, work cleverly when you come back. And so that's what I've done. So now I am back. And I'm sure by now you'll have worked out that I got off the plane and those little bugs thought, oh, let's go live in Colleen. So yeah, we're still busy fighting that to get rid of the cold, the plane cold. So my question, what do you need to say yes to? What do you need to say yes to and we'll work it out? As opposed to let's go and work it all out and go, oh, hang on, could I, should I, might I, what will people think? You don't get this back again. Years ago, I heard a quote that said, rainbows don't wait. And it's true, they don't wait. They don't wait for us to go look at them. They don't wait for us to go and appreciate them. And I always added to that not only rainbows don't wait, but children don't wait either. We don't get that special time again. We don't get the opportunity, oh, I can't go to Spain now, but I'll go to Spain next year. Oh, what about the year after? Jess is not going to Spain next year or the year after. She was going to Spain this year. So it was so important for me to say, yes, I'm all in. So do your reflecting. Think about what is it that you need to say yes to and work out how later. And then remember that you're loved, you matter, and you're not alone. And I'm Colleen Quist.